In a village dying of thirst, a man came with a promise. I can bring the rain. But his condition? He demanded something no one expected. Give me your daughters, your virgin daughters, and the sky will open. They believed him. They obeyed him. And what followed was something the village would never forget. The village of Bamako was surrounded by cracked earth and dying crops. The rivers had dried, the animals had disappeared, and the people had begun to lose hope. Day after day, the sun burned hotter. Children cried from hunger. Mothers wept silently. The elders gathered under the sacred tree, trying to understand why the gods had abandoned them. That was when he arrived. A man dressed in strange beads and animal skins, his face painted with ash, his voice deep and commanding. He called himself a witch doctor. I have walked with spirits, he said. I have spoken to the sky, and I alone can bring the rain. The villagers looked at him with desperate eyes. Tell us what to do, the elders begged. The witch doctor paused, as if listening to unseen voices. Then he spoke words that shocked the entire village. The spirits demand purity. For the rain to fall, I must lie with every virgin girl in this village. Only then will the heavens open. Silence fell. The elders were disturbed. The mothers were horrified. But the drought was stronger than their doubts. Days passed with arguments and fear. But desperation slowly defeated wisdom. One by one, families agreed. This is for the survival of all, they said. And so, the unthinkable began. Night after night, the witch doctor called young girls into his hut. Some cried, some resisted, but many were forced, for the sake of the village. He claimed rituals were being performed. He told them, the rain is coming, just a little more patience. Weeks passed, then months. The sky remained empty. No clouds, no wind, no rain. But something else began to grow. Anger. The girls began to show signs of pregnancy. The truth could no longer be hidden. The villagers gathered again, this time not with hope, but with rage. You lied to us, one elder shouted. Where is the rain? Cried a mother. The witch doctor tried to defend himself. The spirits are testing your faith, he said. But no one believed him anymore. The village had been deceived. Their daughters had been violated, and their suffering had only deepened. The people demanded justice. Kill him, some shouted. No, said others. Let him live and face what he has done. After long debate, the elders made a decision. You will marry every woman you have touched, they declared. You will take responsibility for your actions. The witch doctor had no choice. He agreed. But what he didn't know was that the women had already made their own plan. The marriages were performed. One after another, the women became his wives. They smiled during the ceremonies. They spoke softly. They obeyed. But behind their silence was a storm of pain and anger. One night, they gathered together. No man should ever do this again, one said. We will end this, another whispered. They agreed. That night, the witch doctor was called into the hut. One wife greeted him, then another, then another. They embraced him, one by one. But their hugs were not filled with love. They were tight, unforgiving, deadly. Each woman held him with strength born from pain. He struggled. He tried to escape, but there were too many of them. Their grip tightened until his breath stopped, until his body went still. The fake witch doctor was no more. The next morning, the village found his lifeless body. No one mourned him. He was buried without honor. And then, something strange happened. Days later, clouds gathered. The wind began to blow. Thunder roared across the sky. And finally, rain fell. Heavy, relentless, cleansing. But the villagers knew the truth. The rain did not come because of the witch doctor. It came after the village faced its mistake. After they stood up for justice. After they refused to be controlled by fear again.